Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik with Flying and Eating. Today, let's go somewhere and do something, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Good morning. Hey guys, it's Adam here. On today's adventure, we're going out to Boston, Massachusetts, represented by, obviously not this is here in Chicago. Yeah, so I haven't been to Boston since I was a kid, at least not properly. I've actually been to the airport. I've been to Boston Logan Airport a few times. I've shown it to you, I think, at least once in the history of this channel. But yeah, I haven't been to Boston proper since I was a kid. So I'm going to be meeting up with a guy named Megalink. You guys would have seen him briefly in that Las Vegas accidental trip video. We're going to cruise around. We're going to show you some stuff, get food. You know, this is just a good old classic adventure of flying and eating. So let's go.
All checked in, you know the routine. We hit up the clear lane, we get to security. We have a little bit of time, so we'll bounce over to the United Club Lounge, get myself some breakfast, and then onward towards the flight.
Okay, just cleared security. That was actually dumb. TSA, they seized my deodorant. I mean, you have to describe that as stupid as f***. There's no other way to put that. Okay, I am officially at Boston Logan Airport. So I'm supposed to go get a coffee and some food before I meet up with Megalink. And what do you know, the club lounge is right here, right outside my gate. So free food and free coffee, let's do it.
So it's my first time in this club lounge. Not bad, especially for an airport. I think Logan is actually an American Airlines hub, so it's good that United even has one. Food-wise, we have the kind of the usual fare. We got some rice, chicken, stuff like that. That's what I'm going for. Okay, I guess that's awesome because it had to have that Boston clam chowder, because duh. Okay, obviously I got the clam chowder, but I also got a chicken and rice. I swear we'll get you guys more real food later, but right now it's free. Yeah, I know. This is some sort of lemon cake with strawberry on it. I know I'm fat. I don't care. I'm eating it.
All right, heading out because Megalink is waiting. The food is really good. That lemon strawberry cake thing, baller.
All right, look who's back.
Hello, how are you doing?
This is Megalink. He's driving. So yeah, he just picked me up at the airport. We're heading out to go do touristy things.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fun. And keep an eye out because there might be a plushie involved.
Hopefully we don't die before we get there. It's Boston after all. The highways will kill you if you're not stupid.
I like how he tells me this after I'm in the car. So what do we do now that we're out of the airport? We're going to the John F. Kennedy Library, but you're going to have to see that in a separate video. But there's a sky whale up there. Enjoy that. Oh, good, it's United. It's not one of the bad ones. So we have quite the nice bonus for everybody. Look at this. This is the first ever Dunkin Donuts, established in 1950. And fortunately for history, they apparently invented Instagram. Why did you guys have Instagram in 1950 and you weren't sharing it with the rest of us?
Frankly, it's because we just loved our photos of coffee.
Yeah, but what were you posting them to?
Everyone else locally. We're just exclusive to our
Yeah. I'm not buying your stories. He sounds like he's full of lies. The Sega Pluto is at the first Dunkin Donuts ever. And there's some stupid anime thing there with it.
It's not stupid.
It's very stupid. If you want to hold stuff in front of other stuff, it has to be cool stuff. Not anime stuff.
Too bad.
Yeah. It has to happen. We're going inside. We're getting something from the first Dunkin Donuts, which is kind of oddly around nothing. I come from the land of the first McDonald's, which I showed you guys before. I've shown you the first Starbucks. We have to go to the first Subway sometime, if that's still a thing.
Is that a roundabout?
That's in New York, probably. I don't actually know if that exists.
No, I think it's in Connecticut.
Okay, maybe one day we'll go to Connecticut. But regardless, for now, the first Dunkin Donuts. So inside they have the history of the icon, which has changed over time. They have another icon named Megalink. There's a drink right there. He got his. And you can see there where you order and everything, and they have history of the location. So yeah, you can see artwork of what the original location. They've obviously changed it and stuff, but yeah, this is where it was and always has been. And of course, they have donuts. Now I went in, and I had no idea what Dunkin' Donuts does anymore, because they always do like special drinks. So I went up to the lady, and I was like, I know, what's the big hot thing right now? I'm too old to understand stuff. She's older than me. And she goes, the Dunkin' Latte, sold. And it is like pure sugar straight into my veins. Are you liking whatever the hell you got?
I just get a French vanilla. They always do it differently everywhere else I go. It's just Dunkin' Donuts coffee to me. That's really about it.
Dunkin' Donuts coffee. When in Dunkin', do donuts. What?
Do donuts?
I don't know.
Oh, that's kinky.
I mean, they got holes.
Yeah.
So is Gillette based in Boston?
Yes.
All right, well that explains what that is. Tourism, everybody.
Yay, shaving products.
Do they still send out like a free razor to everybody when they turn 18?
Honestly, I do not know.
They did when I was a kid. I don't know how the hell they have that info, but yeah. There you go, everybody. There's the Gillette razor company.
Factory.
Boo.
Headquarters.
Yay. I'm a beard, so these people are trying to put me out of business. So here's the thing. We're driving around Boston, and this is the reminder that this is the worst designed city in the United States. It's not in a grid at all. It's like the most European of American cities as far as its spaghetti code infrastructure layout. And it's making this guy want to kill himself right now.
Every time. And as he says, it's structured like a European city, but they want to have it in a system like it's in the States, of course.
Yeah, like they built it around the car, but not really. And it's horrid. Just horrid in its layout. This is Boston. We are going forward. They just cut through us, which is hilarious.
He's giving us a look as well.
He's mad at us for filming what he did.
And he just waved.
He did wave, to be fair. He didn't flick us off. He could have done that. Oh, cool. You guys have like a George Washington Monument-style obelisk back there.
Do.
Why not? Boston. I do want to point out that I am very sad that the Cheers bar no longer exists here. I remember going to that as I was a kid. When I was a kid...
Womp womp.
Yeah, I was a womp womp, yes. I know what it means. I'm not that old.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, my mom took us here, and all I really remember about Boston was a couple of things. One, the Cheers bar was really cool. Didn't look anything like the TV show, but it, of course, had memorabilia and that sort of thing. Two, I got completely lost walking around the city even as a child. I was just like, I don't know where I'm going. And I started asking perfect strangers, how do I get back to my hotel? And some lady was nice enough to escort me back there. And the only other thing I remember is I had the worst pizza of my entire life was in this city. Horrifically bad.
Traumatizing.
Like my late mother and I would still talk about that pizza like the same year she died. That's how bad that pizza was. That we were like, oh no, remember that pizza in Boston? Blah!
Yeah.
And the idea that there's a Canadian chain called Boston Pizza, why would you do that?
And they're based in Calgary.
Because they're Canadian.
Yeah.
Canadians like to name stuff after Americans that is not actually American. Shout out to all Canadians, I guess.
Guys, look, the TD Garden, the Boston Celtics, the Bruins, they all play in there in Boston. Hilariously, it's the TD Garden. So fun fact, it's actually Canadian. Canadians own the Celtics, sort of, and the Bruins, sort of, not really.
So, guys, check it out. Megalink wants to go back to school, so he got into Harvard. I pulled some YouTube strings, and they're going to take him now.
He bribed them.
I did. I promised them a cameo in some future video. So somebody will actually have heard of Harvard because they watched my low-viewed videos.
Hello, how are you doing? We are in a town called Hooksett in New Hampshire.
Yeah, we're no longer in Boston.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit about this place, but I recommended this place, the New England's Tap House Grill.
So what's the deal with New England's Tap House Grill?
They just have good food, and it's pretty much nearby our next destination, so I thought this would be a good place.
He was talking about poutine.
Yes, so New Hampshire is very well known for poutine, just because we have a huge French-Canadian population, and so almost every restaurant that has high reviews around here will just have a poutine section. Like, there you go.
Yeah, all right. I'm looking forward to that. I miss going to Quebec. Let's do this. Our food has arrived. What did you get?
I got a cowboy burger right here, and then I got poutine.
You got a small poutine. I got the big poutine.
I got a side of poutine.
I don't know what's actually in this other than the cheese, the gravy, and looks like some basil bits or something and fries. But yeah, go ahead and enjoy your cowboy burger. What makes it cowboyish?
It's just a basic cowboy burger with like onion rings and barbecue sauce.
Oh,
Bacon.
so it's the barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, go ahead and enjoy.
Yeah.
All right, what'd you think of your food?
I come here often. It was as good as ever. So, yeah.
So he's happy.
Yeah.
This is what Gen Z looks like when they're happy. Exactly. They just kind of stare blankly at you, and then when you try to talk to them, they go, ah!
Yeah. No, I'm afraid of this man.
He's very
following me.
He's scared of millennials, like all Gen Zers should be. No, for real though, the food was good. It was poutine. I've had better poutine, admittedly, but it was in Quebec. So on the American scale, what's actually the most fascinating about this is because of this region of the country, you can get poutine at like American, pub type of concepts and bar and grills. I think that that's pretty cool. It was good.
Yeah, pretty much every restaurant you go to will just have like a big selection of poutine. This one didn't really have it, but just like your normal poutine. But There's another place we're going to tomorrow that will have like a whole page worth of poutine, for example.
Why would you encourage me to get poutine tonight then?
Because you can always have more.
Gen Z, man. They just don't think things through. Obviously, millennials, we're famous for thinking things through. All right, I am officially in my hotel. Just got a cheap little hotel for a couple of nights while Megalink and I go out and do stuff. So he went back home, and look at my lovely view of, I think I'm in Manchester, New Hampshire. So yeah, I'm in New Hampshire. We'll do more Boston stuff in a couple of days. We got objectives though. We're going to be doing stuff. It'll be fun. Good morning. It's day 2 out here in New England, now specifically New Hampshire instead of Massachusetts. And apologies, there's a guy over at McDonald's doing a leaf blower thing. It's annoying, sorry. Anyway, what are we doing?
We are at the Red Arrow Diner for breakfast today, and so I decided to bring Adam to this place specifically because it's a famous chain in New Hampshire for one reason only, and that is because we are the primary state, the first one to do the primaries. And because of that, a lot of politicians, presidential candidates, like to come to New Hampshire to campaign like as much as they can, and they usually like to go to the Red Arrow Diner for this stuff in particular. And so you'll have a lot of like plaques, photos of just like either former presidents, current presidents, just like, yo, what's up? We're at the Red Arrow Diner, and just having a good time, you know. Also celebrities too.
Our food is here. What did you get?
I got what is called the Queen Dinah, so it's just a combo meal with your pancakes, your bacon, toast, hash brown, and eggs.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Can't go wrong.
I got like the pig bowl or something, so it's got like bacon, sausage, pulled pork, sourdough toast, cheese sauce, and eggs. Yeah.
Are you trying to tell me you're a pig?
I am a pig, yes. So we just came out of there. They didn't have the plaques, but on the TVs, they were showing footage of various politicians and famous people, like Adam Sandler apparently goes to this a lot.
Yeah.
Or at least the Manchester location. We're currently in
Adam
Concord.
Sandler's everywhere. He's just a frequent, as if he's like a random jump scare every so often. But yeah, he's our local celebrity.
Yeah. The food was actually much better than it had any right to be. Coffee was oddly not very good, which is whatever. But that food, I had the pork bowl thing. Like, I know I don't need it. I understand. But it was very, very good. What about yours?
Again, basic, but as someone who comes here often, I love it. So
Yeah, so I guess we can recommend it. I definitely recommend that pork bowl. All right, that's a good license plate. This guy is a big Godzilla fan. That's obviously what that guy's talking about. So we are in downtown Concord, New Hampshire, and we thought, this is the capital of New Hampshire, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And so like every state capital, it's got one of these dome buildings, and they actually have, as I jaywalk through the middle of the street like a New Yorker, I'm from Chicago. It's all right. We're allowed to do that. We can do whatever we want. They have a full-body statue to Franklin Pierce. This is New Hampshire's own president, 14th president of the United States. So they were cool enough to represent him like that. Basically, and I was explaining this to you, anytime your town is responsible for a president, even if they weren't a good one, you're like, whatever, we're just going to own it. So appreciate that. But yeah, just a quick little look at downtown Concord. Anything you want to tell the fine folks? Why are there so many flags of other countries happening here?
So there is, ironically, a multicultural festival happening this weekend as of the recording of this video. And that's really all I can say. Just
all right.
A lot of flags of different countries.
Is there anything in this area you recommend that folks check out if they're ever in Concord? Do you have those famous Concord grapes?
I wish.
That's not really you guys. That's a different Concord. Okay. Anything?
There's a good donut shop.
There's good donuts. Concord, famous for Franklin Pierce. It's Nipple Dome building, and a nice downtown area that's got a donut shop. In all seriousness, this actually is a small. It has like this nice small town, but not small town vibe, which is cool. Most state capitals in the U.S., I'm gonna be honest, kind of suck. Concord doesn't seem to be one of them. Concord actually seems pretty nice. So
it's pretty laid back, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, this seems like a.
Down this street.
Yeah, I wouldn't call this like a big metropolis or anything, but it actually is a nice area. So, yeah, recommend it. If you ever want to come down to Concord, scope it out, and hopefully there's another multicultural festival going on, because those are actually pretty cool. So this is, was this New Hampshire Donut Company?
Yeah, this is called the New Hampshire Donut Company.
Right, so...
It's so popular around here that they open around at 6 a.m. They close at 1 p.m., but whenever they sell out of donuts, they're just like, screw you guys, we're closed.
They're just done. So they're kind of like a good barbecue place. As soon as they run out of stuff, they're like, that's it, we're done.
Yep.
And I actually kind of respect, because that's not going to be gross like a Dunkin Donuts, which is just, we just go all day because it's just frozen junk in the back. Shout out to the first Dunkin Donuts that we made fun of earlier.
It's weird soda time. We're going to try the new Oreo Coca-Cola Zero Sugar Creations thing. Will you do the honors?
Sure thing.
Yeah. Are you excited? Do you like these weird versions of Coca-Cola?
Sometimes, but I honestly do not know what the difference will be with sugar on sugar.
Yeah. I would rather have it be real sugar. I'm just going to say it. But
Like Mexican Coke.
have as much as you want.
Sure, I'll
I really just want to try, Sweet.
There.
All right. Go for it.
It's like a vanilla Coke, honestly, but
Really?
more of the stuffing taste of the stuff in an Oreo.
It does taste like somebody ground up an Oreo into a Diet Coke.
Yeah, I was expecting it to taste less like an Oreo, honestly, but I guess they were able to do it, you know.
Yeah, a little bit like a vanilla Diet Coke that feels like it's a little dirty.
Yeah. I would just stick with
would
regular vanilla Coke.
Yeah, or just regular Coke, or just not drink it. I feel like this would be better if it wasn't zero sugar. I feel like it would taste more like
Agreed.
Yeah. I still want to try the actual cookies. We couldn't find. If we find them, we'll try them for you guys. But New Hampshire's finest, right? This is your fault.
Correct.
Shout out to Atlanta Dave. This is your fault, Atlanta Dave.
God, y'all are so annoying. Jesus. Not everything that is Coke related is my fault.
So, I like this area that we're in, this part of New Hampshire. I'm just going to say it. I feel like we're driving through a Bob Ross painting. I like it. How do you think? Do you feel like you live in a Bob Ross? Or do you even know who Bob Ross is?
I know who Bob Ross is.
All
we
right.
talked about that museum in Indianapolis.
It's not in Indianapolis, but
It's
it's in
in
Indiana.
Indiana,
It's in Muncie, Indiana. One day, guys, I will take you out there. But yeah, he's Gen Z, so I always have to remember. Maybe he doesn't know these things.
I know some things.
He knows some things, but he knows Bob Ross. That gives him credit. And this is Bob Ross land. It basically just really looks like it.
It gets better, by the way.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So this is a really cool bridge. I like this. This is picturesque. It almost looks like it's been in some movie or something. I like this. This is a nice look. Thank you, Vermont. Oh, we're in Vermont now, by the way.
So we are now in Vermont. We're actually at the President Calvin Coolidge Museum and Educational Center. This is not an official presidential library or anything like that, but it does have some sort of museum. You can see the Vermont flag up there, and just this nature and everything. Vermont's only president was Calvin Coolidge, who was the 30th president of the United States. Took over, right before Herbert Hoover, right before FDR, and his slogan, if I remember correctly, was "Stay cool with Coolidge" when he ran for re-election, taking over for Warren G. Harding. History lesson you guys did not ask for. There is a Calvin Coolidge gift shop. So this is not an official presidential library. That's part of that whole system of libraries. It's like an unofficial one. I don't know why it's not integrated, but there you go. For anybody who was ever curious and everyone who came out here and wanted to learn about the 30th president, you can do that. So what are we doing in Vermont? Well, Vermont is famous for a couple of things. Ice cream, Ben & Jerry's, as you know.
Maple syrup.
Maple syrup. This is not a Ben & Jerry's, but they do have maple syrup, which, as I understand, is far and away superior to New Hampshire maple syrup.
Yeah, not true at all.
No, it's definitely
New
going to be...
Hampshire maple syrup is better.
Well, we're going to test that theory later, perhaps. But for right now, I want to try some of Vermont's famous ice cream that is not Ben & Jerry's.
What do you think?
It's good, really, really good. Although I will say, if there were a New Hampshire maple walnut ice cream, that would be way better than this.
Arrogance. But perhaps correct. No, this is good. It tastes more like walnut than maple to me. It tastes more like it uses actual walnuts. It's not like the homemade ice cream type of stuff. It's a very cool little place in there.
Yeah,
Very nice.
There's more vanilla in it, less of a maple taste, and I'm tasting more walnut too.
Now, I like it. If I had blind tested this and they were like, "Oh, what is this?" I would have said walnut. I would not have said this is maple. So maybe we have to go somewhere to get more maple. Somewhere
New Hampshire.
No, not New Hampshire. Somewhere better. Shots fired. So as we finish up our ice cream, this is reminiscent of a story because I'm an old man. When I was a much younger man, aka around 9, my mom took myself and my sister out to Vermont. We went to the Ben & Jerry's ice cream factory, which is in northern Vermont. Unfortunately, we're not going to be going there on this trip. Maybe in the future, though. So we went to the Ben & Jerry's ice cream factory. It's the only thing that's open late in that town, that area.
So I remember after we'd done the tour and all that, we go back to the hotel and we're like looking for dinner. Everything's closed. The hotel restaurant's closed. There's nothing in town that's closed, or nothing open, sorry. And so we go to the hotel staff. We're like, yeah, we never eat dinner. Like, what do we do? And they're like, the only thing open at late at night, and when I say late at night, we're talking like 7 in the afternoon, like 7 in the evening. They're like, the only thing like that is the Ben & Jerry's ice cream shop part is open, and the gift shop's open, so you can buy ice cream. We're like, my mom's like, all right,
For dinner.
Woo! That's pretty much what she said. My mom's like, F it, we're going to the gift shop. And she just bought us a bunch of ice cream. It was like kids' wild night. It was awesome. We were just in the hotel, just eating a ton of ice cream. So we had to have ice cream here.
So homie back here might have had a point. We're at the Bourbon Maple Farm, known for its maple syrup, and they are closed, so we cannot get anything. We tried though.
It doesn't even look like they have like a sign for hours here.
Yeah, it seems to just kind of like it's somebody's house, and then they have a farm.
Then again, it is in the middle of nowhere. But hey,
Yeah.
come over here, take a look.
Oh, you can
Now
see. You can
now
see.
So it does exist. It's a Vermont tradition. It says it. We would have gotten one of these, but we can't. But there's a store of some kind in there. Are you upset?
No, not really, because New Hampshire maple syrup.
Also, New Hampshire would never have let this happen, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Okay,
New
all right.
Hampshire would not let a maple syrup store in their state close up.
Okay, well, good to know. Let's go back to New Hampshire. We thought we'd give you a little sample of the roads. These are obviously so much different than the New Hampshire roads.
Oh yeah,
You never see trees or foliage like this in New Hampshire. You only see this in Vermont.
You lie.
I do. But no, actually, the cool thing about this is, so if anybody out there is an aficionado on the history of flying and eating, technically I had taken you guys to New Hampshire in a previous video when we went to Maine, but this is the first time in the history of this channel that we have gone to Vermont. And I hope you enjoyed it. There's a Vermont license plate on the left, New Hampshire license plate on the right, and everybody sucks at driving out here anyway.
New Yorker, I don't know who. The thing with Vermont is that you'll see more people driving out of state than ones that are in state.
Yes.
Funnily enough.
Well, the other fun fact about Vermont, second lowest populated state in the Union, only to Wyoming is the only one it beats out. Alaska has more people living in it than Vermont. I can't see it on this angle, but there's a fire going on behind us. Little street fire, not a big deal. Dinner time. We are going to this place called the Puritan, because apparently it's got crazy good food. Lobster stuff, and apparently the origin of chicken nuggets or something.
Chicken tenders.
Oh, well, my bad. We looked it up. Fried chicken tenders apparently really do originate from here. So shout out to you for not lying to all the audience.
Yeah.
He does that.
I don't like disinformation.
He does like to lie, though. But, yeah, so I think I'm going to go with the fried chicken parmigiana because it comes with some sort of pasta. So we had some appetizer deals. I got a corn chowder, which was really, really good.
It's non-existent anymore.
Oh, no, it's, yeah, what you saw was B-roll. He's got health food, like a rabbit.
Sure.
To be fair, it was smothered in a giant block of cheese before Food has arrived. This is my chicken tender parmesan, essentially. And you got the lobster, what'd you get?
Lobster pie with fries.
Yeah, so interesting thing about lobster is, you guys, it's a big New England thing, obviously. But the price is inconsistent. It's market-based. And today it was cheap, so he's going for it.
Pretty cheap, yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah. So he's just liquid butter all over that. Well, you go ahead and get the beaties. Go nuts. So we've started diving in here. Underneath, you can actually see there's a layer of spaghetti. This thing is bonkers. It's good, though. This is so official, they actually have a Manchester Chicken Tenders jersey from a sporting event of the baseball kind. I also failed. Look at this. This is the...
Too much food.
It's too much food. Like halfway through, I couldn't do it. And the funny thing is, we sat down, right? So there's like this old couple behind us, and I'm kind of eavesdropping a little. Why not? And they were basically, I'm not gonna say mad, but at least irritated at how much food they were getting.
Which I've never heard of.
Same. It was bizarre.
Like you'd expect more, better,
Yeah.
but
No. The portions were ridiculous. The food was actually really good, but I almost kind of get it. I'm like, well, what am I gonna do with this? And the answer is I'm going to eat it in the hotel like a fat. Good morning. It is day 3 on our whole adventure through New England. We are now back in Boston.
You lie. We're in Quincy.
We're in Quincy, which is outside of Boston. There's some cars and a lot of noise. We're actually skipping breakfast. I apologize for that, but I had all that leftover pasta and chicken and stuff. It's free food. I wasn't going to not eat it. What are you, crazy?
Don't blame them.
No, it was really good, too. So we're going to go see what kind of trouble we can get into. So in Quincy, they have this big statue of John Hancock, who, of course, famously signed the Declaration of Independence. Is, in large handwriting so that King George could see it without his spectacles. And there's also a graveyard here. Now it's interesting, you would think that he's buried in there. In fact, if you go inside, they have a little sign saying John Hancock burial. It's not this John Hancock. This John Hancock's buried like 35 minutes away. For some reason, they just did this. I feel like to mess with me. I don't know.
So it's kind of raining and nasty out, so unfortunately that's kind of screwing our plans. So I'm sad to say we're heading back to the airport now.
Okay, I am now at Boston Airport, Boston's Logan Airport, and it's going to be time to prep to go home. And we're actually very, very early. So the thing is, the weather kind of sucks right now. There wasn't really much we could do, and we aren't really hungry because we had so much food left over. So yeah, we're just going to go home, but we'll hit up the club lounge for sure.
I decided to see if I could change my flight, and they let me. So I'm going to be leaving, instead of leaving at 7 o'clock, I'm going to be closer to 3. So I got 4 hours home earlier. I think that's good. So clear lane's up there. We're going to go do that now.
Okay, through security, no problems whatsoever. They didn't steal my deodorant this time. And yes, I got new deodorant.
Okay. America, the store. Wicked smart. I just saw a TWA flight. What year is it in Boston?
I am officially back home in Chicago, and I had a great time out there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the kind of the randomness of all these little locations in throughout Boston, obviously parts of Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont. It was fun. Now I'm going to finally eat something today, other than the leftover pasta. I'm going to go into the club lounge and just kind of see whatever's there, and then I'm going to head on home. So yeah, I just want to give you guys a thank you for watching. Huge shout out to Megalink for everything he did. And of course, if you guys do me a favor, please like this video, comment down below, subscribe if you've never done that before, and then check out all the social media stuff in the description. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon, Spreadshirt, etc. Appreciate the support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all later.